Board. Hey everyone, good to have you
Right.
tonight. So, wow, we have 7 people, but we probably have about 10 tonight. So it doesn't look like it tonight because a lot of people are missing, but we're really growing as a team, which makes me excited. Um, hey Cece, I don't know if Stephanie is going to make it tonight. We have a new team member, Stephanie, and a new team member, Raul. So we're definitely growing. It's great. Um, so I thought I would just open it up tonight and hey Joy, and see who'd like to start and just talk about what's going on. Anybody?
Well, I have been really struggling with myself,
Uh-huh.
doing this a while, and I just can't seem to get that breakthrough. But I'm not quitting, and I've been really trying to do some self-motivational things, kick myself in the butt, talk to myself, just I'm not giving up. I just got to work on them soft skills. Something's just not clicking. Talking to a lot of people and just probably not enough. So
Um,
I'm just being honest here.
yeah, couple things about that. So probably just not the right people, and it not doesn't always have to do with you. Sometimes it's kind of where our vibration is, or it's in different situations. But one thing that I will say is that I don't see a lot of in this group, and I would definitely encourage you more. If anyone thinks that I speak well on the phone, I know the right thing to say it's because I learned it from my coach. So don't be afraid to raise your hand and start doing three-way calls so that you can brush up on those soft skills, and even health assessments. Again, if you think you're meeting people and you're not able, and everybody seems like they're not ready, then maybe there's a disconnect. So let's
Yep.
do a system check, right? So if you feel like you're doing a lot of health assessments and they're not going anywhere, then chances are maybe there's a little bit of a disconnect. So the first thing I would say a lot of times I wasn't always one to make calls because sometimes it's difficult to, it's a little bit challenging to get together for them. But the thing you have to realize is you're learning a lot as you listen on your coach doing certain things. So try not to do things on your own. Even if you have to go back and do things that you think you were once proficient on, but suddenly you're not getting there, you might have an erosion of your self-esteem or something going on in your head, and you have to get unblocked or something. So just kind of check that out. The other thing I would say is the most important thing when you talk to clients, and I'm getting really rock solid, talking and supporting them. Talking to them, always get to what's going on with them and why. And once you know that, you'll know how you can best serve them. So obviously, you don't want to, sorry, my dog's crying in the background. It's a little disturbing. Hey, Sashi, are you sleeping? If you're, you want to know what you can offer to your client. It's really, really important. The other thing I did want to just touch on that JC went over with me and actually Risa today, one of my other coaches, is when you're supporting clients, you have to support them where they're at. And they may not be doing program perfectly, and you may find people that are stray cats, and that's okay. What you want to do is encourage anything that they do, and the reason being is they may not be ready to fully do 5-in-1, but you still want to walk beside them. So you don't want to push them, and you don't want to pull them. You don't want to shame them into thinking that they should be doing it your way or the way, because I've seen many people make breakthroughs by half-assing it, and then suddenly something happens and they start to go all in. So the last thing you ever want to do is shame your client or make them feel like they're not doing anything the right way. You really want to walk beside them and be there for them. So even if they decide to eat 5 cookies and 1 fueling in a day, celebrate 1 fueling. It sounds crazy, but that's what you really have to do, because otherwise you're never going to be able to ever awaken them. That's the last thing. Hello?
Freaking out, great.
Cindy, are you? I think I have to mute Cindy. Sorry about that.
That thing that JC posted or somebody posted that Doug Wood did and Tia Wood did about intrinsic motivation, I watched that 2 times. The second time I took notes. There was some really good cues and wording of different things on the health assessment that are going to be very positive.
Oh, I'll have to check that.
I would listen to it.
Cindy, I think you're Cindy, I think you're twice.
What?
Hello? I hear a lot for some reason. Is it me or is it
It's you, Rachel.
me, huh? Wow. Okay. Huh. Well, someone else has to check what's going on.
I was actually muted, so
I don't know. Sorry.
I'm having a lot of problems. I'm on my phone. My computer would not
Oh,
start.
maybe I was hearing myself talk on Cindy's phone. Cindy, you're still logged on. I think it's going through your phone.
Yeah. Should I log off? Should I leave?
Yeah, log off of wherever you're logged on twice on me. Hello? Yeah, that's what was going on. For some reason, I was being heard on her other instrument.
Oh, it was like an echo.
Yeah, because you were hearing me on her other device. Hey, Gail.
Hello.
So anyway, I'm sorry. Rebecca, you were saying. Yes, I agree with you on that. The wood is part of I think. I don't know what's going on. Rebecca, maybe you could.
I can't hear anybody if anybody's talking. I don't know.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay. So you could finish what you were saying.
Now I can't. No. No.
You can't hear me.
Rachel, try and mute all of us and see if we can hear you.
I don't know what it is. Sorry, we're having technical difficulty.
You want us all to log out and log in again?
Probably. Probably. Sorry, guys.
I think can you just mute everybody?
What's that?
Can you just mute everybody?
I could try. I don't think. Okay, I unmuted everybody. Is that better? Can everyone hear me? Something's going on somewhere. Okay, so we'll have everybody unmute themselves as they talk. So Rebecca, maybe you can unmute yourself.
Did you want me to say something?
Yeah, what you were talking about. Sorry.
Oh, I just said that training on intrinsic motivation from Doug Wood was very, very beneficial. And, I watched it a couple times. I took back a lot of things on health assessments, on what to say and what not to say, so it's been very helpful for me.
I'm actually looking at it right now on Facebook, so I can put it in the chat bar. Has anybody else watched it and had anything to say about it? That's not.
I actually bought the book he suggested in it, Emotional Intelligence 2.0. It's really, really deep. It's probably more for somebody who actually has a business going, like, more coaches under them to how to deal with everybody. But it's pretty good. So, but just so you know.
Excellent. I'm going to put it in the chat right now, so if you guys can grab it and watch it, it was really, really, really good. And from what I know, guys, is whether you have a big business or not, is one or two people away from having a big business. You know, if you have any clients, they could be potential coaches, or if you know anyone, you know, right now that's looking for what we do, you know, you could have a potentially big business. So think that it's important. Will, did you
I'm sorry, I'm eating.
No, don't worry. I just wanted to know if you wanted to talk. Fine, fine. Sorry, my dog keeps snoring in the background. Maybe. So anybody else? Speak now. Well, so the cruise is in March. So for those of you in June, if you were not ED, you want to qualify to be ED for at least 2 months in the next 6 months through December. And if you were ED, you want to go FIBC for 2 months before December. If any of you don't know what that is and you want some clarification, let me know. Maybe, you know, some people can unmute themselves and maybe talk about how they're dealing with some acquisition and filling their funnel right now, because I've had conversations with many of you who sort of get upset when people fall off program, but you have to recognize that people are going to be people. And the good thing is you have clients that will fall off and will come back. They'll be part of your downline, and eventually you'll be reaching back to them and they'll be reaching up. So they may not be current, but they'll always be in that downline. And so that's the importance of just keeping that open communication with your clients. And they're all really your clients, even if they're not actively purchasing fuelings or they fall off.
I'll share what I did today, Rach.
Yeah, I will. They will be sharing, you know, you will always be sharing, they'll always be watching you on Facebook. So today, you could share. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, sometimes people just need an open door. Like they're just waiting for someone to just approach them and give them a reason, kind of thing. So today, I sent out, because I'm trying to work on some acquisition now, and I found that this really helps. So I sent out a message to a lot of potential clients and some of my old clients that dropped off. And I just simply said, hey, Mary, I'm forming a special group of people that wants to lose 15 pounds by New Year's. Are you interested in, are you interested in joining us? Any interest? So you're opening a door for them. And either they could walk through it or they don't have to. But sometimes that's all the push that somebody might need to reach back, to start program again or to find out more about what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Because it seems like sort of like a fun contest or like a fun little challenge for them. And then like I kind of followed up with, you know what? Who the heck wants to have another New Year's resolution of weight loss?
Mm-hmm.
So you're going September through New Year's, on a quest for 15 pounds, and people are kind of into it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not pushy. You're asking them, hey, you want in on this? I'm forming a group of people that want to lose 15 pounds. You want to come for the ride?
Mm-hmm.
It's a great open door.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Definitely.
So what I did was I just sent everybody private messages with the same message and just replaced their name. And then I posted it on my Facebook wall.
Mm-hmm.
And I think 15 pounds is kind of like a good middle ground for everybody.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing is if you guys are doing a 3x3x3, and you're friending people, then they have this opportunity that they've never even touched you before. I had people messaging underneath that thread today saying, oh, I want to lose at least that or whatever. So at least you're opening the door to some sort of dialogue. So for those of you who don't know what the 3x3x3 is, it's probably one of the most important things you'll do on a daily basis. You want to do at least 3 posts a day, one in the morning, one in the mid-afternoon, and one at night, and at least one before and after. And changing up that before and after, making sure it goes across all demographics. Old, young, black, white, you know, all over the map, because you never know. So you want to post 3 times a day. You want to at least have 3 conversations. It doesn't even have to be about Optavia, but it could just be like, hey, I want to wish you a happy birthday. How are you? You know, oh, gee, I liked what you posted today. Anything, real genuine conversations, either in person or on Facebook. And then the third thing you want to do is at least friend 3 people. And what happens with that, and some of you are recognizing, and I didn't even realize the power of this, like as you friend 3 people, now you're friends with those 3 people who have other 3 people in common, and suddenly you're getting all of these friend requests from people who have a lot more mutual friends with you, and then you're opening up your social circle. And at this point in my business, I have probably exhausted a lot of the people I really know personally. So, especially as you grow, this is a good way of meeting, you know, meeting people, and having that ability to touch them or someone they know. So the idea is, even if you talk to people about what you do and they don't need it, they know 300 people. So I've had plenty of people who never did program, who know what I do, who have said, I have a friend, I want to connect you with them. Actually, that's how I met Lil. I met Lil through a friend. I didn't know her personally. I met her because she was training my friend, got to talking to her and realized that she had a need, you know, and married it together. Darcy, I met through Ideal Protein, you know, in a group. So guys, think outside the box. Don't just think about that person needs weight loss. Find out what they need and try to make the connection. And also just remember, keep seeding, because people a year into this that would never have contacted me are contacting me now because they really believed I'd gain it back. So just stay the distance. That's not to say that I didn't make ED and stuff during the other year, but those were other people. There are people right now watching you that are not going to be your clients for at least a year. So that's why you have to keep posting right now, because those people are watching right now. And if you stop posting, they're not gonna remember you the day they get a bad blood test, or the day that they get on the scale and they can't stand what they saw, or the day they put their jeans on and the buttons popping. Yes, Cindy, sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted to share with you guys a really interesting story that happened to me tonight off of what Rachel just said. I got a call from a friend of mine that we were PTA moms together a million years ago. And she said to me, Cindy, she says, you know what? I've been following you for a while now. She's like, and I don't really even care what your program is. She's like, I'm banking on you. She's like, because I see that you've maintained your weight loss. You're always so inspiring. You're positive. I love watching what you're doing. I don't really care what it is. Whatever you're doing, I want to follow. And I thought that was like the nicest compliment that you could get from somebody, right? So, like, my advice, just be genuine. Because people that like you and trust you, it's not about, like, selling this. It's about you.
Yeah.
And sharing what's important to you and what happened to you. And people are watching all the time. Now, this is somebody that I've known since my son Stephen was 5. So I know her like 20 years. We've been Facebook friends for the past 8. I'm an Optavia coach for 3.5 years. This is the first time she reached out to me about it.
Mm-hmm. On the flip side, Cindy, that's true. On the flip side, try to stay away from stuff that's controversial in the same way. You know, like if you're a hunter, just use that as an example. Try not to put your, you know, your pictures of your dead animals up for people who might want to join you but are not going to because they love animals, or your politics or rants. Save those. Your political, you know, your religious.
Oh God, there's so much of that on Facebook.
All of that stuff, though, as a coach, you really want to not do that. And the reason being is you really don't want to be in a position where you could have helped someone that you didn't get the opportunity to. They really needed you, and because of your political beliefs, they're not reaching out to you, and they may not get the help. I mean, as it is, the statistic is, and Cindy knows this, I mean, I've lost 3 clients to massive heart attacks who fell off programs. I would hate to think that there are people that, if I posted something about politics, wouldn't want my help, that I could have saved and it helped their life. So just before you post anything, think about if it's useful or if it's going to bring someone closer or further away from you. It's not a matter of you not believing in what you believe in or if you haven't yet tried, but is it going to further you to really bring forth this mission if you're really serious about helping people the way you were helped?
And I think people are looking for joy and lightness and community and something wonderful to latch onto, because there's so much negativity in our world right now between like politics and war and families not getting along, and like people are looking for people that can lift them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's really important that we display that. We make it a place that they want to go to, right?
Yeah.
I
So I'm
just
just going to make a comment real quick. Cindy challenged me on Sunday when we spoke to go on to my friends and go into their friends and look at friending their friends, even if I don't know them. Like, look at their feeds, look at their interests and stuff, and if I could find something in common with them, to friend them. So I started working on this last night. And, you know, obviously Cindy and I are going to have friends in common because we grew up together. So I'm trying to avoid those people. But I have to tell you, Rachel, you must be friends with half the people on Long Island, because every time I would go into friends and I'd be like, oh, they have 2 friends. This person has 2 friends in common. One would be my friend that I know, and one would be Rachel.
You can friend them. You can friend them.
I'm just saying over and over again. So I've decided I've got to look at my Colorado friends and stuff.
No, you can friend them. Please. I would be happy. I would be happy if you did. Okay.
But I
Me too. I'm going to need my friends.
I'm not.
Take them.
You can friend them. It's okay.
A funny thing that happened to me the other day, there is a gentleman that lives here in San Diego that has been a really close family friend of ours. And I got onto his friends, and he is friends with Brad Miller.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, top person in Optavia. And I was like, it just shocked me. So, I mean, your friends will know friends of friends of friends of friends. And, you know, it's amazing who will watch you. So.
I don't own Long Island, Sharon.
was going to say, I know, I just thought it was funny. That's all.
Well, how do you think that happened? My 3x3x3.
That's right.
That's how I did it.
Absolutely. It was very enlightening for me.
Cece?
Yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit, like, because I was one of the ones that probably reached out to you and like, I was thinking day to day. So, because I think Rebecca's having like a little bit of a rough day. I know I was when I started, because I wake up to 2 cancellations, and I'm like, it's so aggravating. The beginning, the first thing that I thought is like, what a bunch of people that just give up. I mean, they're not really ready, and you know what? It is a little bit disappointing, but at the end of the day, I told Rachel exactly how I feel. And I said, you know what? But then she said, you know what? Focus on what you can control. And from that moment, I'm like, okay, suck it up, buttercup. This is one of the days that the 3x3x3 is the bare minimum. Even if you're not feeling it, just get it done. Just get it done. And what did I get? I got a health assessment at 1 o'clock and I got another one at 9:30. So, I mean, you don't have to feel it, you just still have to do it. And if you are having a bad day, then just go and find yourself some inspiration. Maybe it's the day that you need to work on yourself, and that's what I did, but that's me. That's what I did with my bad day. I pushed through, and I just have to believe that if I'm doing the legwork, the rest will follow. I don't need to know how it's gonna unfold for me. I just need to do my part and move forward. I mean, that's the only thing. That was my day. Was it shitty start? All the way. I was pretty annoyed. But
Guys, there's 300 million people in this country. So if 2 people cancel their order, yeah, it's bummy, but you have to realize that you have to just say to them, I'm here, the community's here, and I understand, and then just keep it moving. And the only way that you're going to feel better about that is by continuing to fill your funnel and help the people who are ready. And like JC always says to me, that you are giving them and you set them up for the best possible success. You open the door, it's their decision whether they walk through or not. And so you just continue to inspire and tell people the possibilities of this. And remember that it's 4 components, guys. So anytime you're getting in your head about people are making you get in your head about the fuelings, remember that's only 25% of our program. The other 25% is the health coach, the other 25% is the curriculum, and the other 25% is the community and support. It's a 4-legged stool. So without one or the other of those legs, it doesn't work. It has to all work in tandem with one another. So if you're letting someone run that conversation on you about price and fuelings and stuff, that's their concepts, don't worry about it, No matter what you're going to do or say, you don't have to become defensive. They're going to believe what they want to believe. So you just want to be professional and, keep it moving.
we're not here to change minds. Their mindset needs to be ready. I mean, honestly, like I cannot make their shoulds a must. They need to realize it. Their doctors need to tell them either you're changed or you're fried. Or they need to see I have a kid and something is going off with me. But in the meantime, I made peace with that. I worked on it today and I made peace with that. There's nothing I can do, and I'm not gonna base my mood for the day or my business on other people's lack of commitment. And I'm sorry.
But remember, guys, if you're making somebody's process or program as important as and more important than they are, then there's an issue there. Same thing as if you're pushing on your coaches too much, same thing. You got to walk beside people. So if they're stopping, you got to stop. If they're running, you got to run. You can't run while somebody's behind you and pull them. And they're going to resent you, and vice versa. Push them. So every time you feel like you have an emotion about something, step back and see who's it really about them. It's about you. You have to make it about them.
Yeah, because the lady that canceled.
Very important, guys. Very important concept. I suffered a lot over this. Just let that sink in.
And I'd like to share something about that too. Lori Anderson, I once saw her speak in Philly last year. And she said something that stayed with me incredibly. She had said, when you have a client that's backing off, she said, you just bounce the ball to them. Stay open, let them know you're there, but don't keep bouncing more balls to them. You bounced it already, right? So you bounce the ball to them and you wait for them to bounce it back to you. That's it. Like when I feel somebody's dropping off programs, you see, because it happens to all of us. I mean, why do you think, how many times do most people join Weight Watchers in their life? Right? Most people come back and forth to Weight Watchers like 12 times, right? Because they come back when they're ready. And that happens with us sometimes too. Sometimes people just aren't ready.
It took Rebecca 3 times. She put her fingers up 3 times. It took Rebecca.
Yeah. It's no reflection on you. Yeah. And so when people start dropping off, I just always say to them, listen, stay in the community, like what Rachel said. Stay in the community. I'm here. You know, if you ever want to talk, give me a call. I'd love to hear from you, see how you're doing. Have a great day. Bye. So you're leaving the door open for them. There's no anger. It's just, hey, stay in the community, stay with us. We're here when you're ready. And that's it. And you know you did your part.
Yeah. Somebody had a box and after 5 months just messaged me, I still have the box. And I'm like, and I'm still ready when you are. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, there's nothing I can do. That lady that canceled today, she was, excuse me, mama, give me 1 moment, okay? So she was posting every day tasty recipes, every day, at least twice a day. And I'm like, she's gonna drop. There's nothing I can do to change her. I cannot police her around. She's gonna be ready when she is, when circumstances change. But let us all hang in there.
Another thing, don't focus on that. Focus on the people you could tell what you're doing right now, because come January, unfortunately, you're gonna have a lot of business if you start seeding right now. Forget what you seeded last month and the month before and in general is gonna crop now. Do your 3x3. If you can, do 5x5x5. Trust me when I'm telling you right now, because people are finding out what you're doing and they're not ready yet. They still want to eat Thanksgiving. They still want to eat Christmas. They're not looking at this as health. They're looking at it as weight loss. I did. A lot of people do until they realize it's more than that. So you have to meet people where they're at and supply them what they're looking for. And then once you get them in the door, then you show them that Disneyland has more than one ride, okay? But you can't give them all the stuff and overwhelm them either. We do just-in-time coaching. So just make sure, like with Cindy, this woman was like, whatever you're doing, I'm doing it. Because she's buying into Cindy. She's not buying into Optavia. Whatever Cindy has, she wants that. She wants to lose it and keep it off. A lot of people want that. They're sick of the yo-yo dieting and they're sick of feeling bad about themselves. So let's give them what they're looking for. All right? And remember, guys, 3-way calls can't impress on you how important they are, not only for you to learn, but so you can transfer skills to your clients and coaches. It's key. Okay? And even if you think you're seasoned and you're going through a hard time or whatever, then grab your coach in and have them help you. All right, I hope that helps. All right, good? Okay. All right, guys, have a good one. Have a good night.